There it is.
All right. It's Friday night. Welcome to Philosophy. I'm your host, Ross Doling, here with Ryan Parmenter.
I am irate.
And Joe Manning.
What's up?
How come you're irate?
I'm mad at this whole texting crisis that we as Americans have. You know?
The crisis.
You get texted, and then you've seen people seem to think that you're obligated to text back.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Thomas on another episode, but I'd gladly revisit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Probably wasn't there for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I think...
Don't shake your head at me, Joe. That's rude.
It's so interesting.
Just kidding, you can
just
do that.
Because I'm stuck in a loop, because I think that social etiquette should change with technology, but I also think that just because there's technology that allows people to be reached at any moment doesn't mean that you have to be available at any moment.
Right. I think it's all about availability, because if I get a text and I look at it, but I'm in the middle of painting or something, because I do a lot of that for my dad's, for where I work, then I don't have time to put my painty fingers all over everything and sit down. So, but then there's the problem that it doesn't mark as unread anymore. You know?
Well, do you open your phone and then with your painty fingers?
Well, sometimes no. I don't know. It depends. There's different types.
Because the person that is being ignored, in quotes, could argue that if you're willing to open your phone to cause it to be marked as read with your painty fingers, why not go as far as to reply with the painty fingers?
I think, because I do that sometimes. I do read a message and then not reply, even though I've opened it and it gets marked as read. And the person, I don't know if I have read receipts or not, but if so, then they can
turn
tell.
Them off.
I know.
I think I may have turned mine off for this very purpose.
Yeah.
But my issue is, the availability is an issue, but sometimes it's simply that I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
They ask you whether you want to go to an event, and you're not sure if you want to or not.
Yeah. That is a good point. I take a while I carefully craft my text message responses, and when I get the right mix of humor and personality and information all in a short, concise message, I feel like I've accomplished something. It's a nice sense of affirmation for me. Yeah. Yeah. So when I send text message, I'm like, yeah, that was good. Good job. I don't know if you've ever been there for me. Hey there. When I do it, but sometimes I just verbally say, good text message, Ryan. And I feel like a dork when I do that, but I need to verbalize it somehow.
It always happens to me, this past year with college admissions counselors texting me, and then I'd have to make sure that my thing is professional and not just oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's oh, I'm glad to hear from you. I'll think about that.
I think text messaging lends itself to less formalities, whereas email is more formal in my mind.
Usually when I email, maybe I don't do it on purpose, but I usually have pretty informal emails that are almost text message-esque. Yeah.
John Deardoff, I don't think has much of a texting presence, but he does all communication through emails. So he emails me a lot is golf practice today? And then I don't respond, but I would say I'm not in golf anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
See, I think you should have done that, because then he doesn't have to waste his time and energy texting or emailing you. But I guess if he sends out a mass email, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do you ever get really nervous to send a text and you have to hype yourself up to press the send button?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to hype myself up for a lot of stuff. I think I don't want to just self-diagnose myself with like a disorder, but I wouldn't be surprised. Because even like going to the store is a process of like pacing around the house and being like, okay, I can do this. Just because I'm buying guacamole and chips at the same time doesn't mean the cashier will mention it, them going together or something.
I don't know. I feel like the most nervous I get when sending text messages is when they're like to girls or like anything close to like dealing with relationships or anything like that. You know?
Yeah.
I bet Joe knows a little bit about this.
He probably knows more than me.
He's had a couple flames in the past. You've had your flames, right, Joe?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have any insight into this?
It can be nerve-wracking sending texts. You just gotta think about it.
You heard it here first.
Joe knows it.
Even Joe Manning gets nervous.
That's right. Well, should we address where we're broadcasting from?
Later.
Later? All right. We're currently at an undisclosed location, but later it will be disclosed.
Whoa.
Sound effect. So you see that? It's playing.
I like how we always condense all our sound effects into one moment.
Yeah.
The one that's like, whoa.
No. I think we could get that one. I really like that episode. I don't know. There was one.
I don't think I listened to it.
There was ones where we did that. But I like that sound effect. That one's a good one. Joe, how do you feel about the difference between cargo pants and regular pants?
Cargo pants.
Hold on. What are regular pants?
Pants without cargo pockets.
So just any material?
Yeah, like khakis or sweatpants.
I didn't know if it was defined to a material or not.
Should it be, though?
Not right now. Because we're debating the cargo aspect of the pants rather than what's regular pants.
Usually
it's
cargo...
my fault for bringing up the regular pants.
Usually cargo pants are like canvas. Yeah. But sometimes there's like carpenter jeans with like the loop and all that for the hammer. Do you ever wear those?
I would. I don't.
Do you ever have the need? Hey, it's Mrs. Combs. Hey.
I know some of you.
You know me.
I do. How you doing, Ryan?
Good. We're recording a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that means I'm being recorded as well.
Possibly. I don't know how good this mic is right now.
Is this a historical, momentous occasion?
It is. It's live from an undisclosed location.
I won't breathe a word.
Right.
Come see us for snacks.
For sure. Thank you. There may or may not be snacks involved at our undisclosed location. Hey, I think I see Brooke and Nicola. They have arrived at this undisclosed location.
Let's just disclose it.
Do you think we should?
It's later.
Yeah, it is later. I think we'll disclose it when Brooke and Nicola get over to this table we're at.
Alright.
I hope there's not a lot of wind stuff going on with the mic. No,
I'm worried about the frisbee friction noise.
I don't know.
You move it like that.
Well, I have been, I think.
Alright. We were talking about cargo. Do you have like small cargo that you need transporting on your thighs?
Not normally, but when I'm out like fishing and stuff, they're helpful.
Yeah. Hey there.
Amigos.
We are recording our podcast.
Oh, damn it. I interrupted.
Do you want to disclose our location? We've kept it disclosed so far.
Wait, so is this happening right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so people can hear me?
Well, if they're listening. They're probably not, though.
Does anyone, actually listen?
There's
Or you just do it?
There's usually 2 people that listen live, and then 15 later.
Sick.
We have a
Right
big
now,
following.
we're in hell.
That's our surprise.
No, the guy, whoever that guy is at the front in that getup.
The crier.
Yeah, him. He was he's like, thanks so much for coming. And I was like, sick. And then he's like, we're so glad to be here.
Yeah, we're so glad you're here.
Yeah, and I was like,
you too.
it was really awkward. And then he was like, thanks. Yeah, it was really awkward. But we're at Shakespeare in the Green.
That's true. It's similar.
Similar to hell.
Similar.
With
at certain
better
parts.
get-ups.
There is kettle corn here. I don't think there would be kettle corn at hell.
Probably overly salted
Some
burnt popcorn.
people's hell there would be.
Yeah.
They hate kettle.
I bet in hell the popcorn is just like all that little wax stuff that gets stuck in between your teeth.
Oh,
That's all that popcorn is.
that's like for dinner every night. The unpopped kernels,
Oh. Yuck.
goals, man.
What else? What else we got?
I don't know. I thought about discussing the debate of living to work versus working to live at some point.
Interesting. Right now I'm working so that others can live.
Aw.
Because I'm a lifeguard.
Oh, I'm a nanny, so I guess me too.
Are you saving lives, Ross?
No,
Why not?
I don't know. If the opportunity arose, I'd like to think I would. But I'm not going to shoehorn myself into non-opportunities.
Do you still work at Hy-Vee, Ross?
Kind of.
Do you sell life-saving products there?
I don't personally sell them, but I'll transfer the items into bags so they don't get contaminated by the outside world.
I'd say that's pretty life-saving.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you do to save lives?
I stay at home.
Keep yourself out of the way.
Oh yeah.
You're a dangerous man. I appreciate that help.
You're welcome.
You could be killing people accidentally. He carries knives around. How many knives do you have on you right now, Joe?
2.
That's 2 more than I do. How many knives do you have, Brooke?
I don't know, but I just saw a dog.
You kind of turned into one for a second.
I got so excited.
Do you have any knives, Nicola?
Nope.
Like, at all and at home?
Oh, yes, not on me.
Okay.
I may not have any knives, but I've got 2 guns.
Ah, good.
You know
Wait.
what I would do if I had a gun?
What would you do?
I'd put it in a grocery bag along with a baguette, and then nobody would be suspicious.
What?
When I took it out, I'd point it at people and say, I'd ask questions like, what's your favorite brand of cereal? Or, how do you tie your shoes, bunny ears or loop-de-loop?
That's the same.
I would, like, force them to answer questions about Martha Stewart. You know, like, how old is Martha Stewart?
69.
Ah!
Do you have any ammo for this unloaded gun? That's what I would do.
I remember you said you would, like, walk up to people and just go, like, boop,
Oh, yeah.
and boop them on the head with the gun.
I think a nose would be better, more intimidating.
Boop them on the head with the nose?
No, boop boop him on the nose with a gun.
Oh, alright.
Boop him on the head with a nose. Boop.
But it's the long con. Because
It's the
you
long con.
boot people for like 3 years, and then all of a sudden, right when you're going to boop somebody, somebody shoots you.
What you say?
Interesting.
Anybody else seen that video?
Hey, Ross. It looks like this is 30 minutes. Any thoughts?
Maybe I just read the email wrong.
Alright.
Incorrectly.
Incorrectly.
Okay.
Yeah. Wrongly? We were under the assumption that the length of these episodes were going to be limited to 15 minutes instead of 30,
What? That's lame.
but it looks like it's back to 30.
Blessed.
But
Yeah.
the dumb thing is you could do 2 episodes a day, so you still have 30 minutes of content.
That's true.
But they're just relying on the laziness of its users.
Yeah.
Would. I mean,
I was getting excited to like throw some teasers at the end of our first part, our first 15-minute episode, and then like answer them, or maybe not in the second part.
how do I get it?
You know?
Yeah, good point.
It was a good point. Thank you. Put a lot of effort into that point. Oh, announcements.
Nebraska Shakespeare, welcome to Shakespeare.
Can you hear that?
30th anniversary season.
I don't really want to listen to those
What
announcements.
if everybody had a microphone?
This year marks the 19th
What if they called them microphones? want to start calling them Michael Raphones.
Our judging panel
Michael Ratelophones.
Michael Ratone.
Michael Ratelephone.
This first sonnet is from our
Yo.
award winner Barbara Van Dyke.
Sonic?
A sonnet
Oh,
to her dad.
they're talking about the sonnet competition they have each year. It's really nerdy. Have you ever written a sonnet?
For class, yes.
Was it great?
No.
That's too bad. Nicola, have you written a sonnet?
For class.
Was it great? Nobody's writing great sonnets? Hey, it's Bryan Cranston. Look at him.
Ah.
He has a little kid. Who knew? Here is Ross.
Hey, I'm gonna tell a joke.
All right. Tell it.
I think I might have told this one on the show before, but I'm gonna do it again.
Go for it.
I feel bad for people in England who get bloody noses, because when they ask for help, they're like, "I've got a bloody nose." Don't we all?
Yeah, that's a good one. I was up at like nearly midnight last night, and I was thinking about algae brushes and how they're used to like clean outdoor pools. You know, like they algae brush. So I texted the group chat of all my coworkers at my swimming pool, and I was like, "What do math students use to clean the pool?" the algebra.
It's a secret.
Yeah. Then one guy was like, "That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Ryan." And I didn't respond, but I thought it was a little bit of an over-exaggeration. Exaggeration? Can there be... Is an over-exaggeration, is that the right phrase? Because I think...
Redundant.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Nice one.
Thanks. Joe, what are your thoughts on the current issues regarding Syria and refugees? For those listening, he just shook his head, made a face, and kind of opened his hands.
Shrugging is a very non-committal gesture. You
Yeah.
should switch to something else.
I wonder if they can hear any of this with this microphone.
You think I could hear that?
I bet they couldn't. You should say it louder.
Bless. No, I don't want anybody to find out my secret that I'm the Zodiac Killer.
What kind of killer are you?
Zodiac.
Zodiac and Cody?
Yeah.
The Sweet Life of Zodiac and Cody. I would watch that show.
It'd just be a lot of like cryptograms and threats.
That'd be weird. It's like Ted, what's his name?
Bundy.
Mosby?
Oh.
Is his
No, it's
No.
not Ted Mosby. It's a Mr. Mosby.
Mr. Mosby?
Yeah.
Ted Mosby was from How I Met Your Mother. But I was thinking of Ted, the
Bundy.
candidate.
Oh.
Candidate.
Cruz. Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer.
True. It'd be him and Ted Bundy and Ted Mosby and Mr. Mosby and Cody
Just hanging out.
killing people.
What about Zach?
Zach is the Zodiac. No, I don't know.
I think Zach is.
I think Zach was their first victim.
Oh.
And then they work around to Ashley Tisdale. But she's resilient. She fights back. She takes on the whole crew.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
More announcements. I think it's Mr. Nemus making... Nemeth?
Mr. Nemeth, yeah.
I always thought it was Mr. Nemus. And everyone just had... I thought they just had a lisp.
I thought Mr. Nemeth had some sort of speech thing.
I think it was just fat.
Wait, are you talking about the little button?
His button?
Yeah, his belly button.
That was weird.
That reminds me of the lady I saw today with a baby in her... I don't know if it was in her shirt or not.
It was like a baby...
Carrier.
There's a Swedish
Swaddler.
word. Yumper?
Whatever it
Yannicka.
was.
Yeah,
Yakadoo.
Yak Daniels. What is that called?
There was a baby head in the chest region, and I thought it was a boob, but it wasn't.
It's a hairy boob.
sure. I don't know how much hair the baby had though.
What if boobs had like hair and faces? That'd be really weird. Alright, I want to move on. Let's talk
All I
about.
can think of was Drake and Josh. How Megan is like, yeah, boobs.
Hey, is that a priest? Or a ninja?
It's awkward.
There's a ninja, you wouldn't see it.
I think it's weird how similarly priests and ninjas dress.
I think you're the only one who's given that thought.
Fair.
I think it'd be weird if a bunch of people committed a crime all together as a team, and then at the very end they all revealed themselves to be undercover cops.
I'm gonna block this wind. I'm a lifesaver.
You're a lifeguard.
You're a jawbreaker.
No, my jaw was broken. I didn't do the breaking.
I was thinking about the candy and lifesavers. Just trying to think of another hard candy. So I could insult you like that.
Viagra.
That's a hard candy.
It is a hard candy. There's like.
Children's Advil.
Does children's Advil act like Viagra?
Yes.
Interesting. Hey, it's Analt Kai. Hi. I kind of know who that is. I've never talked to him before. I've seen him in the homeschool circles.
Oh.
He graduated last year. He's older than us by a year.
No way. He's not older than us by a year.
Yeah, he is.
It looks like he's been around for a while.
He's an old soul,
Looks like
but he's a
banker.
young body.
So uncomfortable.
That's how these podcasts usually go.
With people ending up uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sick.
I think it's the environment. We're just
Oh
thrown
my god,
off.
look at that guy's shorts.
Jorts. How do you feel about jorts, Joe?
I don't like them.
You don't like jean shorts?
No.
Why not?
What if they're like short jean shorts? Like them any better?
No.
Have you ever worn them?
No.
I made some cut-off jean shorts a while ago, like really short ones.
Aye.
It was for a costume thing I was doing. Would you ever wear my short cut-off jean shorts?
Yes.
All right.
Maybe.
Will has some too. We were doing the thing together.
What's the point of like long sleeves and like dress clothes? You know what I mean?
To cover up that nasty arm hair.
Every time you try to dress up fancy, your flaws shine through 100 times more than when you're casual.
Yeah. If somebody sees me and I'm just wearing like garbage clothes, if I'm just wearing garbage clothes, then they're probably not really looking at other stuff and nitpicking my appearance. But if I'm dressed up in like a sharp suit, which I rarely am, I don't think my suit isn't sharp.
My shirt is
Kind of baggy, and I feel like my suit makes my hands look really big. That's just an insecurity I have.
All three because you
See? You don't have big hands.
Maybe we both have big hands. We can be big hands together.
That one's so cute.
It's a cute thing.
So cute.
Jacques.
More dogs.
Alright. Now we'd like to take a moment to
Thank our sponsors.
going for. Yeah. The number
One.
and the literary technique.
green buckets only. All right, green buckets only. Or again, and this is for people who know how this works. Use your
Dramatic silence.
Dramatic silence. Good. That was nice.
That was planned.
Twas. My phone.
Shakespeare.com, click donate.
It's still recording.
Screen the rest.
How much time is left?
We have 5 minutes left.
5 minutes. Oh,
Where did Joe go?
Joe took a phone call.
yeah.
Is that what happened?
Is that cat then?
I
Oh,
probably.
yeah. That looks like Joe. And that looks like cat.
Oh my goodness. We have another guest.
Cat mom.
We've had the Justine and Faith Combs were here for a second. Then Mrs. Combs walked by. You two showed up. We saw Sam Nault a little bit. He was that guy in the plaid who looked old.
Finally, someone said it.
And now Kat and the sunglasses and flip-flops.
Keep it cash.
Did you guys bring snacks and blankets?
Blanket, yes.
One blanket?
And Nicola is my. Never mind.
It's kind of weird. That's all right. We have snacks. Don't worry.
Stop.
I saw something.
For what?
Hi. Am I on the podcast right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at Hy-Vee, and there's this guy, and he was just shirtless in the store. And he was, like, very sunburned, or he got tasered. I don't know which. Because there's, like, 2 big red marks on his back. And there's, like, this guy in a red shirt and an employee dragging him through the store. And the guy just goes, man, you could get arrested for, like, possession as a minor. And I was like, oh, because they were coming out of the wine and spirit section, too. And then they were just holding him there. And then I had to go get gas. And, like, when I came back to go get gas, I saw the policeman, like, putting him in the car. And I was like, I was laughing so hard.
Oh.
Did you get his digits?
No, but he...
What does that mean?
He was. All right. That means
yeah, is that a good or bad?
he was a swinging babe.
Showing.
Showing.
Thoughts
Closing
on
thoughts.
the predicament.
We have 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
I hope the guy who was really sunburnt without a shirt was experimenting with his body, trying to see if the sunburn could resemble a shirt. But then he only committed halfway, and then was like, well, how am I ever going to get all the way if I keep wearing shirts? And then everybody was cramping on his style. And then with the whole minor in possession thing, it'd be crazy if scientists made the Benjamin Button thing a reality just to catch people in sting operations. Because they'd be like 2 years old but look like they're 100. And then they don't get carded, and then bam, everyone's in prison. Except for a bunch of wise babies.
This whole thing reminds me of the first time I saw a guy. Well, he was...
Just a guy.
The first time I ever saw a guy. No, I was at like Hy-Vee or something, and this guy was walking out, and he had his button-up shirt. It was like Hawaiian shirt, unbuttoned. And he was just like flapping the flaps back and forth. And he was like talking to his wife. It was really weird. I thought I was scarred, but I think I was just remembering it for a long time in a negative way. I don't know why it scarred me or didn't, but I remember it still. It was really awkward for me. I think it was like the first time I saw a guy's nipples. More announcements. Oh my gosh.
The first man's nipples you've ever seen?
I think so.
So you've like never seen yourself shirtless until that moment.
Yeah, right then when I saw his nipples, I wanted to compare, see if I had some. So that was the first time I saw my nipples also.
There's a guy who came through my drive-thru today shirtless.
What drive-thru?
He was red. Sick.
I don't think they had ukuleles in the Renaissance.
Probably not.
I don't think any of these people existed in the Renaissance.
I don't think they had goatees. Do you think they had goatees in the Renaissance?
Of course. What else would you have?
Take a stone, make it really sharp.
I think they had knives in the Renaissance.
Not as close as shape you get with a rock.
Well, I mean, like, if they had swords that they were using,
It's true.
they probably had mastered
Closing thoughts. I'm abducting every single dog I see here.
We have 50 seconds. Let's do a closing song. I'll drop a beat.
Yo, no money. Shakespeare on the green. Nobody's on my team. I got a scheme in my rhymes.
It was only just a dream.
Are we out of time?
Nope. We got 25 seconds.
Oh man,
Drop another dime.
this is rough.
Say a
Come on,
word.
Ross, you be tough.
Potato, potato.
Tomato, tomato.
Linguine cuisine. Ah, bye.
Remember that little penguin on the kids Frozen? What's that called?
Lean cuisine.
Lean. No, it was
Kids
like kids
cuisine.
cuisine.